Good morning. We made it. A little bit late, but we're always a little bit late, I think. Wave, I think, is they're having some weather up there, so he won't be joining us. But we got Champ, we got Alan. Welcome to the Guys and Guys podcast. We're talking about Japanese music news, hard rock, heavy metal, whatever else we feel like talking about.
Hmm.
Because
Hello.
we can do what we want. What's up, guys?
How you doing, Big R?
Doing good, man. Doing pretty good. Settling back in, and was out of town last weekend.
Yeah,
New
you're no
Orleans.
longer in an insane asylum this week.
No, I'm not. I'm
You've been cleared as sane.
back in my usual digs here in the studio, or my little room where I pretend it's a studio. Glad to be back though.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. Alan, hello.
Hey,
Hey, we're live, buddy.
I thought I said hi. I said hi.
So, anything you guys want to mention throughout the week before we start getting into news? You do anything? Yeah.
No, not
All right.
really. Not really. I've been listening to not intentionally, like accidentally because of my roommates listening to Queens of the Stone Age just nonstop for the
Oh, man.
last, let's say, 6 months, but it has really come to fruition here this week where they have just been blasting it from their rooms all day, every day, and the same fucking 8 songs over and
That
over
sounds
and over again.
horrible.
And I'm not gonna lie, man, like when I first heard them, I was like, hey, you know what? For like a mainstream rock band, they're not bad. Like I could get behind. I'm not gonna buy their album, but it's not the worst thing that I could put on in the background. And now, I don't think I've ever hated a band more than I hate Queens of the Stone Age
Yeah.
right now.
I could never get into their albums. Like, No One Knows is a great song. I love it. Nothing else that they did sounds like that. And I hate how the guitars sound on every other song. They sound like shit, muddy crap.
It is very like like fat. It sounds fat, like a fat,
Yeah.
distorted thing going on with their guitars. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, man. Like, never in my life have I hated drum rolls before.
Yeah.
But god damn it, dude! Like, they've made me hate drum rolls. Like, I want to listen to fucking EDM beats for the rest of my life going forward because all I hear is bum 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 because they
Is
just
that
do it
is that the
constantly.
Dave Grohl? Did he play on that whole album?
I think he was on that whole album.
Yeah.
I think only that album, if I recall, if my roommates are right about this. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's just me bitching about like just it feels like it's the only thing that I've been able to listen to
Dude,
because
if you're not choosing to
forced
listen
upon
to
me.
something all the time, but you're still listening to it all the time, you're gonna end up hating it.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happened. I'll tell you, 2 bands that I've just completely like I had respect for, and now I don't even care if I have respect for them anymore because I'll never listen to them again. Is Queens of the Stone Age and the Deftones. It's just all I hear now,
Deftones.
dude. Yeah, they fucking love them too,
Oh, okay.
and all I hear is because that's how he sings like every fucking song. He just starts low and then slides to a higher note.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, okay, you've done this 37 times in this song, bro. I don't know what else. Can you do something else?
Yeah, the singer I'm working with, he was saying like with Deftones, it's really interesting to him because like when he has to imitate his voice, he's been singing since he was like 10. He's like,
Yeah.
it's really weird to purposely sing out of tune. He's like, you have to sing out of tune, otherwise it doesn't sound right because you're like trying to hit the notes with it and it just doesn't work. It's like
100%. It sounds like every,
one of the weirdest people to mimic vocally because it's like, what are you doing?
and it's like the slides are
Is
so
that good or
slow.
bad? I don't know.
Well, it's unique, but the slides are
Yeah.
so slow that he hits all the wrong notes on the way to the right note. You know what I mean? And like he does it on purpose. But
He's so
like
creative, man.
it is definitely his own unique
Isn't that what
style.
Fred Durst does?
Hits all the wrong notes, yeah, but I don't think he's doing it on purpose.
Oh, that's the difference. One guy's doing it intentionally, one's doing it accidentally.
To be fair, Fred Durst doesn't try to hit many notes.
Oh,
He's got
okay.
like, on the scale, he's kind of just sits in this little window right in the middle most of the time. Every once in a while, he'll sing like,
Sure.
Behind Blue Eyes and put a little range in there, but it's very rare.
Right on. Alan, are you still out and about playing music?
Yeah, we just did rehearsal yesterday, so we're in another 20 songs this past week, so it's been interesting.
Didn't have enough before?
Yeah, it's because this one I had to have 30 down. It's because the corn thing I'm caught up on finally, so
Yeah.
now we're doing a bunch with this. And but it's been fun. I got my pedal board set up and stuff finally, like cleaned off all the dust, got it all polished back up, and sounded really good. It's funny because
Hmm.
I have this harmonizer pedal, the H9 that Konami uses.
Oh yeah.
I've had it for years, but never really used it to its potential. But these cover bands was kind of like pushing me to like come up with sounds and stuff like that. It's really fun to use for like 311 songs, like do the harmony pedals.
Oh yeah.
So the H9 guys makes like the best sounding harmonies ever on guitar. It really sounds like there's a second guitar doing the fucking solo with you.
Fuck
It is
that,
so
dude. Just
cool.
get one of these. It's $30. Does the exact same thing.
But the harmonize, yeah, but I
know it doesn't do the same thing.
yeah, I was saying, yeah, because like this one, you can Donner's actually really good though.
Yeah,
Because I have
it's fun to
them
play with.
I have them as a suppressor pedal. I have a Donner suppressor pedal, and it's magic. It's a tiny little pedal. I just have to chill in there, and it
Yeah.
works magically. The cool thing about the harmonizer pedal is that you can have the guitar do like a thirds harmony, but you can delay it off a second, and then you can also add individual delay to each guitar, like that's being replicated off
Dude, that
of the
sounds
original
nuts.
sound. And dude, I played it yesterday, and the guy's faces just dropped. We're like, "What the fuck?" Like that
Sounds like other guitar players
phenomenal.
up there.
Yeah, it was like it sounds phenomenal. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
because
been
if you do bends and stuff, it's gonna make it sound even
yeah,
more real. Wow, that would be pretty wild.
dude. I'll record a clip of it and send it to you. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like that H9 was worth the money. Because I bought it when I was like making some good money. It was like a $600
Yeah.
pedal. It's
Yeah.
pretty expensive. And I was like, I never use this. So like I need to use it. Everyone says how great it is. And then I saw the difference compared to doing like the harmony pedal off of like a line 6 compared to that. I was like, oh
Yeah.
wow, this is like night and day.
Right on.
Yeah, so I crafted tones for the new album yesterday, recorded our next song, which is it's so funny. Now I love seven strings. I don't want to ever stop playing a seven string now because I got used to it with Korn, and then like all of our new songs are on a seven string.
Nice.
So just sat there and crafted tones all day with my pedal board. I was like, oh, this is so cool. So with a really big sound for the intro song to the album. So yeah, just getting it done. Hopefully June will be our cutoff date and get it out finally.
Cool, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
What does Konami use for that pedal for?
She uses it the same way. She uses it as like a harmony kind of thing. Like when you hear, especially in Unseen World, she uses it a
Yeah, a
lot
lot
for
of
like
lead.
the octaver. She uses the octaver, she uses the harmony algorithms that are in the pedal.
So you're talking about like during like recordings, right? Not live.
She does it live. Yeah, it's on her pedal board live. So it's normally off to the side. So with the harmonizer pedal, you want to make sure it's like looped in the back in the effects loop, so it doesn't fuck with the single chain on the bottom. So that's what they do. So they have that lady, that lady we've seen at the shows off to the side or whatnot. They'll turn it on for her over there, or it could be set up by MIDI where it automatically switches if they're following a click track. But I have a feeling they turn it on because they're not always following a click track. So
I guess I've never noticed like her harmonizing like on stage before. I don't
It's
know
usually
why.
a little more subtle live, I think.
it's
not.
subtle.
It's not as blatant as on the recordings.
Yeah.
Well, when she does those little weird lead things, that's when the H9 is kicking in, that little like twang, like octaver kind of feel. You can hear it in the leads. It's really prevalent in like every single Unseen World song it's on, almost with those lead tones.
Well, I
It's
mean, it's
really
funny
cool.
because people would they heard the new even on Unleashed. They're like, oh, I miss hearing her guitar tone. She uses that effect too much. It's like, dude, she's been using it the whole time.
Yeah.
More so here and there, but there's old songs. I'm like, listen, I'm like, dude, it's on there too,
Okay,
Well,
so
here's
you're
the
talking
thing with
about like
Konami. Real quick, I just want to say this real quick. With Konami, that's the reason why I loved Unseen World, is that I could hear a little bit more, because I was like, now whenever I hear that specific octave tone, because that's the cool thing about the Eventide pedal. You literally, there's a button on there where you can click randomize my tone, and it'll randomize the thing and come up with some crazy shit. But the cool thing about that pedal is that there's so many options, and she worked on an option where like it distinctively sounds like her, because I'll never be able to replicate that because there's way
wow.
too many buttons for that specific algorithm. There's like 20 buttons, and it's like going to be almost impossible to replicate.
Wow,
So
man.
that's what I love about it, is that she has that tone and she has that save. Like she has that algorithm. Like you can't,
Wow.
you'd have to get it from her to actually sound like that. You can get pretty
Awesome.
close, but that's what I
Yeah.
think is cool that she did that with. Anyways,
Quick
go
shout
ahead.
out to Eric Ifune. Thank you, man. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Big E.
I guess if you want to let him be the only one that does it, that's fine. I'll appreciate it. But you know,
Yeah, he's the winner today. Eric,
Thank you so
you're in
much,
the, you're
Eric.
in
We
the lead.
appreciate it.
freaking dogs are barking like
What
mad.
about you, Ryan? You do anything musically this week?
Yes. A couple things. Just yesterday, I had a chat with Tyson Dang from Red Handed Denial, metalcore band, pretty awesome band based in Canada. I think they're singers in the U.S. now, and I discovered them. I don't know, a few months ago, several months ago, and we connected pretty quick after I discovered them. We connected on Twitch, and we finally got to where we could have a chat, and we talked for about 2 hours just about music in general. We covered a lot of ground, so I'm going to get that up pretty soon. The band you should really check out, man. I think with a lot of stuff we cover, a lot of people here would really dig that band. A lot of harsh and clean vocals and fucking monstrous
Pretty
heavy
sure
stuff.
I've
They got
heard
a new single out called Parasite. And tomorrow I'm going to Chicago to see Otto live in concert. Holy shit.
Yeah,
It's going to be insane. I saw some news where I'm not sure where it was. She was playing somewhere outside the U.S., but people were lining up at like 7 and 8 in the morning for an 8 o'clock show, 8 p.m. show. And I realized that the Aragon Ballroom is a general admission. So I'm like, well, it's not like I need to get up front to see what she looks like because she's going to be pretty much silhouetted the whole time. So I'm like, oh, I'll get there. I got to work tomorrow till like noon. I'm going to get off work and just head over there and, talk some people in line, whatever.
Bro, if I'm you, I'm walking in there like 15 minutes late. Not going
Right.
even early. I'm waiting until the whole line is inside and you can just
Yeah.
walk in and just try to get real small, and just like sneak in
depends how
between
cold it's going to
people.
be because it could be cold just staying out there in Chicago waiting outside. Fuck that.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. But that's gonna be sick, dude. Like I've always wanted, like I really
I keep forgetting
the
that it's
clips
cold
I heard.
everywhere else.
Mm.
Because it's always 70 here, so like
Yeah.
I keep forgetting. Oh yeah, there's snowstorms and shit happening up north.
Well, and dude, I was in New Orleans last week. It was nice. It was like 70s. And then I get home and it was 32. And then it was like in the 20s. Now it's going to be in the 60s. Then back to the 20s. We're in this. Anything goes right now. We don't know what the hell's going to happen. But Chicago's always a little colder anyway. Oh, it's 38 right now. Hell yeah, man. It's fucking t-shirt weather. Oh, then Friday, I'm going to Minneapolis to see Rolling Courts. They're Thursday. End of the week, I'm going up to Minneapolis to see. There's Anime Detour and Rolling Courts is playing, so I'm going to see them. So that's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah, I'd love to hear how they sound live.
Yeah, man. So that's what's going on with me. I guess we'll talk about news stuff, huh?
Sure.
Well, the big main topic is Bandmaid and The Warning are going to play a show together. This is something that was speculated about, and I mean, I knew they were going to do it anyway. But the picture we had for the thumbnails where they met at why can't I ever remember the name of that fucking festival? Aftershock. And they were obviously like thrilled to meet each other, which is really cool to see if you like, if you're fans of the bands. And now they're going to play, it's like one show together, right? In Japan. And I don't know, man. We don't know who's going to be doing that first or second or whatever. I don't think it really matters. I imagine it's going to be like two equal sets, And Bill Halsey with the $100 super chat. Thank you, sir.
Oh damn.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much, man. We really appreciate it.
Big time. Coming in strong.
Helps. Now
All
I
right.
can afford to drive to Chicago and Minneapolis.
Oh shit, we can like that? Okay, I gave that
Yeah,
a
you
like
can like
right
it.
there.
Yeah,
that
you
new?
can like super chats now. You
That's
discovered this
beautiful.
last time, champ, a couple times. You're like, what? We can like these now?
I think
Really?
conceptually I was impressed, but this time I practically actually did it. So it
Oh,
was different.
oh,
It
I
was the
thought you
next
were like
step.
rediscovering again.
Yeah. So the Warning, they're playing a few shows in Japan, right? So is it kind of their tour? And I think it's probably just an opportunistic thing, like, hey, we're going to be there. Why don't we get together and play? As opposed to like, hey, why don't you open for us? I don't think it's that at all. I think like, hey, you're going to be here. Let's fucking let's play a gig together.
Mhm.
They
What
should
do you guys
each
think?
learn one song from each other and play that song
I would
that
love
band
that, dude.
does. How cool
I'd
would that
love
be?
that.
Shit
It'd be
like
cool.
that should happen more often on tours, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it will, but I think it'd be really cool.
Well,
There was there's a letter. Who is? Oh, it was a there's a story shared at the acoustic gig that Bandmaid just had. They had another acoustic show. They played a lot of what they did for the Christmas acoustic. Then they added, I think, 3 new songs, and they had some different arrangements. Um, they did daydreaming, and Psyche played piano through the whole thing. Also, all the band members were playing instruments. That's the first time that's happened. I can't wait to hear that because I'm sure it will be released so we can hear it. But there's a story about how they,
Somebody's. Oh god.
because they're going to be playing with Incubus, and there's a story about how that came about. Apparently, Mike and Mikey, as they like to call him, was backstage looking for some milk, and Akane happened to be there, and she moved aside and said, told him, "Here it is," and then he just after that invited them to like have lunch together, like the band, and they just became friends. And then it was later that day he made his way over to see them perform and was just blown away. So it's just kind of a happy little accident where they met and they just hit it off, man. I think it's awesome.
over milk
Over milk.
of all the things.
Yeah.
Who asked for milk anyway? Like, what
Mike
was even
Einziger, man.
happening?
Einziger, dude. But it's just awesome, man. I think it's just such a funny little.
I kind of love the idea of just like a rock star, like asking another rock star,
Who
like,
doesn't speak
hey,
English? Yeah. Where's the
yeah,
milk?
yeah.
Hey.
Do you know where I could get a tall glass of milk? Yeah, I gotta go on soon. I need some milk in my body.
Yeah.
Do some of the members of Japanese? I think they
Of
do.
Incubus?
Incubus? Yeah.
No.
No? Why did I think some of them did?
Mm.
Not that I
Because
know of.
that is weird. Like, hey, let's go out to dinner, and like, I would think one of them might have known, but who knows?
I don't know. It's a cool story.
Yeah, that is cute. I think that's so funny. Like the idea that he probably never would have heard Bandmaid if that
Right.
didn't happen.
Because I wondered, like, why, because we knew he was offside of stage checking them out. And I'm like, well, why, how did he know about him before? Or, it's interesting to see that he didn't. And he just met them first as people. And they talked about their outfits and stuff and how they'd probably get noticed because of that. So he didn't know the band before that. So then he sees them live, side of the stage. Dude, how nuts would that be?
Yeah, you
Just
just
see
like
what this
meet
band's
these
all
people,
about and be like, and see that show. Holy shit, dude.
right? You meet these tiny Japanese girls, and you're just
Yeah.
like, you're asking them for
Well,
milk,
he's about-
and then you're like, let's
Yeah,
go
he's about
get
the same
some.
size.
True.
He's about the
That's
same
true.
size as him. He's a little guy.
There you go eating, and then you like I wonder if when he asked them if he even knew that they were like in a band, or if he was just like they were just people backstage or whatever,
Right.
that he was like, oh, maybe they're not even like, performers. They're just like
Yeah.
people that are back here.
It's just cool, man. I mean, what a cool guy. Just like, hey, you guys want to go get something to eat?
Yeah,
Just
seriously. Bro, we got to just start finding ourselves, in places where rock stars are, so they buy us meals
That's what I'm
and
trying
then
to do,
invite us
man.
places.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? You shouldn't be back here. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, right.
I really like your stuff.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. I was looking for the bathroom.
I was looking for the milk because somebody said where the
I
milk
was looking for the
is.
milk. By the way, I'm kind of hungry. You got any food? Oh, hey, you want to go out? Let's go out. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that's a good life right there.
All right. Well, I don't know. I'm excited about it, man. Hopefully.
Yeah, I still feel I still have to hear the warning. Like I'm still, you guys have been talking about them for fucking 3 years, and I still haven't listened to them. And I'll be honest, like nobody on my channel ever like really requested me to listen
Yeah.
to them.
Nobody really does for mine either. They've crossed paths, and I do enjoy listening to them, and they're more. If I mean, take a few minutes, and just look up, throw the warning in. They got their kind of their most recent stuff is a little different than what came before it, but I think they have a new producer, and I think they're gonna probably switch it up after this album. But they're, as far as just like straight up, just straight hard rock, it's just great stuff, man. I like him.
Yeah, true. Julian Hernandez says it's crazy because my dad went for Milk 30 years ago and hasn't come back. So I mean, Milk,
Goddamn.
Milk bringing people together and
Or
splitting families
tearing them
apart.
Damn.
It's a very
Oof.
powerful tool in our society.
Oh my gosh.
All right, cool. Well, I'm obviously a little more, interested in hearing what they sound like now that I know that they're playing with Bandmaid. I've always known that they've been kind of like, people kind of put them in a, like, I guess, a similar category in like their rock music,
hard rock.
like
Yeah.
modern rock music, I guess.
Different styles. Of hard.
Yeah, but I've always heard that they were like a little simpler, right? Like
A little bit, yeah.
not as technically sound, I guess.
No, they got like, if there is a lead, it's like super rock solid as like a, like who else would it be? I guess I don't have any to reference, but it's not real flashy, but it like super fits, like serves the song. But big choruses, big. I just like it, dude.
Okay,
The thing about
cool.
The Warning for me with them is it's about the vocals and like the music supporting the vocals, because vocals are phenomenal.
Man, when you get Powell and Danny like singing or sharing vocals on a song, it's so fucking fun, man.
Yeah, I saw her sing live, and saw them sing live, and it was great.
Yeah.
I like me more. Even live is way better than, if you want the less produced Warning, you got to go see them live, because you'll get exactly what you want. Because I know some people are like, about the recordings, but like even those new recordings, I can't wait to hear how they do it live, because I have a feeling it's going to be probably 10 times better.
Little more raw, a little more just.
Which I love, because you get both versions, right? And then hopefully they have a live album. You get two different styles.
Yeah, there is live cuts out of those songs. I need to check out. People said you need to hear the live version, But I'm curious. So are we going to be able to hear some of this? Because it is in Japan. There's not going to be fan cams.
Apparently, they're really small shows too.
Yeah.
I think somebody said that they're all like under 2,000 people venues. It's gonna be like intimate, but also usually in those situations they're even more careful about making sure that nobody like records anything.
Right.
Elena G said, "Must have been really good milk if you didn't come back." Oh, by the way, shout out to Elena. Happy birthday this weekend. Hope you have a good birthday for your weekend.
Happy B-Day, kid. Cool. Well, I am definitely intrigued in seeing what I hope they do put something out. It would be really cool if they did something where they do a little crossover.
Yeah.
Even not even like a whole song necessarily, but like, hearing one singer join the other band as and like doing some backup vocals or something like that would even be just like a cool little surprise.
Dude, Becca Noib says a Bandmaid Warning show is 1,000 people venue.
Oh, this is so small. That's crazy.
God, that'd be awesome.
It'd be pretty cool. I mean, when we saw a Bandmaid in New Jersey, it was basically that. There was like fucking. I think it was like a 1,200 person venue, but like when we got there, it looked like there was only maybe like 400 people there or some shit like that. It was like really small.
Wow.
It was nice though. So those intimate settings are really cool. Although that setting wasn't intimate, it had a small amount of people, but the show itself, Alan, I don't know how much you remember from it, but the show itself, it was in a huge place. It was in a huge area, but like there wasn't a lot of people.
Fucking mall show?
Yeah, the mall show.
Yeah. There wasn't that many people there, huh?
No, not really. Like it was pretty small crowd.
It was a lot of people.
Not really. I don't think so.
It just, in comparison to that venue, it didn't seem like it, but there was quite a bit.
Was it because they weren't contained in like a small room?
Well, put it this way, maybe, but it was easy enough for if you wanted to get like pretty close to the stage, like you could.
It was the same amount as Boston.
Well, they said that's how many tickets were. They were releasing the same amount of tickets as for Boston.
No, I'm saying from experience. Being at Boston, that show, I felt like there was the same amount of people. Like when we were in there.
Well, maybe. It didn't seem like that many to me. It was really easy for me to stand wherever I wanted around the stage. So I don't know. Maybe that's just my own perception of it, but it didn't seem like there was a lot of people. Remember, that was the show that they added after the tour was over, right?
Yeah,
like, and they were
I
like,
remember. I'll never forget
well,
that.
either way, their small shows are cool. I love the intimate settings when it comes to like these bands. So those people are lucky that get to go see them in The Warning out in Japan.
Yep. Good for them.
Oh yeah.
Right. Well, I hope Warning has like their other shows go great too. You know what I mean? Hopefully, it brings more people to see them.
Well, yeah, definitely.
I don't know what their fan base is there, but I know there's a lot of crossover. Like Alan was
Yeah,
saying,
where are they from?
Mexico.
Oh, shit. Cool.
They got a few songs that are in Spanish, but most of them, I like everything else is in English.
By the way, do you
Alright.
know the definition of incubus? I'm not going to read it, but it's pretty
It is
wild.
weird, dude. It bummed me out when I read it.
It's
I'm like,
like-
dude, what the fuck? Why would you call yourself that?
I really wish I didn't search that name.
It's basically like a demon that does something you don't necessarily want to do.
Yeah, yeah. Go look it up yourself. But yeah,
I'm like, is
I'm
this the
kinda
right?
shocked.
Because I looked up way back then. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I'm like looking at. There's no way. I'm like, no, that's what it means. All right.
Dude, that's fucked up, man. Jesus. I'm not.
For those listening,
They seem like such a sweet bunch of guys. And
I know.
If anybody watches It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, imagine the Nightman cometh, because that's pretty close to what that definition is.
Speaking of the audio podcast, guys, it will be back up soon. We're just trying to figure it out. So I know a lot of you have been asking me about it. So anybody asking, let them know we will have the audio podcast up soon. We're just working out some kinks.
Yeah,
look-
we're going through a transition here,
Yeah.
using an old service to a new service, so it will get up as soon as we can get it running.
look on. I put a post, I think, on the Gaijin Guys community post. Shared the link for the audio. It's on Patreon.
Yeah.
It's
Right,
up
and
there.
it is
Part of the
it's,
Patreon. You
it's
should be able to find it.
yeah, it's their public too. So if you go onto the
Free on
Patreon, like,
by the way.
huh?
Right?
What?
It's free, right? The podcast.
That's what I was about to say. So it's up there for the public, for everyone. So you don't even have to be a member of our Patreon. Even a free member, you don't even have to do that. So as long as you have the Patreon app right now, you can listen to it for free without even signing up. Just until we get everything working on the back end for everything else.
Yeah, then it'll be on Spotify and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, Eric Dane says the two other Warning shows are around 300 people. Dude, that's definitely smaller than what they're used to playing for, right?
Dude, that is fucking nothing, man. That's nobody. That's crazy.
I mean that.
It's so weird. It's
Kevin.
so weird when you guys say that. I'm like, man, I would love to play for 300 people.
Yeah, I mean, us.
Oh
me
yeah,
too,
yeah.
We are
even
not
the
of
shows-
that level.
The shows I went to for like Asterism and Sai Sega, the venue was like 150 people. You know what I mean? They're small places, so that's like double the size I've seen bands out there. So like, there's so many small clubs that's not bad.
Yeah,
But
true.
they've definitely played for more.
I wonder if the venue is just like the venue can only fit 300, or if they're only selling 300 tickets for it.
Probably, I'm guessing fit.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of places have recently been selling less than what they're actually capable of selling,
Yeah.
just so that they could call it a sellout type of deal. You know what I
Oh.
mean? Like, we've only set up the stage to be able to include 500 people, even though the venue itself has like a 900 person capacity or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So that they could say like, this is like a common thing that's been happening in sports and stuff a lot lately too, where it's like they just want to be able to claim a sellout, and so they go on
Yeah.
these streaks. Oh yeah, we've sold 9 out in a row, and it's like, well,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
had 200 tickets.
yeah, you cut off a fourth of the venue though. But that's probably not what's going on here. I assume that this is just like, I think they like doing this, man, because every once in a while, these bands that we know can play in front of 20,000 people if they really want to. It seems like they just like playing these intimate, like 500 person venues sometimes, just because it's a different feeling, probably.
Yeah.
And that those are their most loyal
You can
listeners.
see them. The venue like that, there may be a little space between the stage. Sometimes there's not. If you're playing for, even 5,000 people, there's going to be a bigger space between them and the stage. The bigger the crowd,
Yeah.
the bigger the space, and the less you actually get to see people.
Yeah. It also depends on if it's like standing room only or if they're going to do the chairs. Because I've been to venues where they just cut off the whole chair area, and they just
Yeah.
say, okay, everybody's got to stand type of thing.
Yeah. Let's see. Glenn Martinez. The Warning said Bandmaid invited them to come to Japan. Other two shows likely added after that. They're not touring there and wouldn't go. Oh, that's fucking rad. Wouldn't go there for 2 shows to add a collab after.
Okay.
That's cool. So
Yeah,
maybe
I mean,
they invited him over and they're like, while we're here, can we pick up a couple other shows? That's fucking cool, dude. If that's the case, I'm not going to say it's fact, but I got no reason not to trust Glenn.
that is funny though, because then that would mean that like Bandmaid was gonna play these like 300-person venues, like regardless of if the Warning came, right? And then they just said, okay,
no, I think
over.
I think Bandmaid's only playing with them at one place. Is that right?
Oh,
And the Warning's playing 2 other shows.
oh, I see. I thought they were doing all 3 together. I gotcha.
No.
Okay,
That's cool.
Eggman, gotcha. Only facts in the chat.
Thank you, Cynical B. Thanks for clarifying. All right. Well, I can't wait to hear about how that all goes down.
Yeah, it's gonna be sweet.
Baby Metal gives exclusive interview to Thai media site Head Bangkok. Talk about the song "Leave It All Behind." This is the one they did with Pharaoh and who's the other guy that was in that?
Body Slam.
Body Slam.
Dude, that's such a cool name for a YouTube channel, by the way.
Head
Bangkok. Yeah, I mean, it's clever. It's so simple, but it's clever. Gotta love it for its Thai channel. Fucking A.
So as of right now, there's not really any subs on that video yet, is there?
No, it's
okay.
Thai subs, I think.
Okay. Well,
but yeah,
I guess we'll have to wait and see what they say.
So, but what's what we can pull from this is Bandmaid is actively promoting in Thailand at this point, right? So it's like they're doing, they're going out of their way to try to grab a base out there, not just by working with the people that perform out there, but by actually doing like interviews and stuff for their magazines or YouTube channels or whatever. So it seems like they're on a mission now to kind of like bring some Thai fans into the Bandmaid world, which is smart, man.
Yeah,
smart. They should.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people.
Hell yeah. Yeah. And I think a lot of the time when like these Asian bands, you see, I was talking about XG a few weeks ago, and they promote in Korea so that they could get, even though they're all Japanese, they promote in Korea, and they've gotten such a huge fan base by doing that. So I think these bands are now seeing that like if you just move over a couple countries, you could get a whole new fan base by doing that. So it seems to be working out.
Smart. Alan, you got anything to add to that?
No, you guys got it.
All right. I want to look and see if somebody will have it translated, I'm sure.
I just know that they're talking about what the song's about. I think they're just talking about what the song is about, I believe, or just talking about the song specifically on that interview.
Okay.
I think roughly.
Right on.
Look at that Thai writing. It all looks like the same letter to me. it's just like
that's
typist.
Yeah, I know it's typist. It's using
normally when I see other languages, like you can tell the different characteristics, but yeah, with certain languages, I feel the same. Like with Thai, I can't you can't pick out the letters, right? I think there's another language. I think it's Arabic too. Is like I don't understand what it is.
Yeah, it's definitely Arabic.
Decipher
it.
Yeah, like Japanese, you get it. Like you have the different like characters and stuff, or like even China, like but with Thai and like I think it's Arabic. That was the other one that I seen. I'm like, what?
They're all so pretty though. They're all so cool looking. Ours is just
they are. Like that's what I'm always thinking. Like I failed handwriting in like 2nd grade writing like English. Like I can't imagine having to like draw all these little like beautiful icons across the page.
Yeah,
like it would have been
be an artist just to write.
We have cursive. I mean, I write in cursive still. If you write in cursive art, it looks pretty cool, I think.
It's
Yeah,
nice
it is-
looking,
it
but
is
it's also
cool,
you
yeah.
can fuck that shit up. You know what I mean? Like you could just kind of smush it all together, and then people still get the idea of what you're trying to write. While with
Yeah.
that stuff, you got to have like these perfect little like because it's like one U doesn't look like the next U, which has like a
Right.
little tiny marking on the side of it or something.
Well, that one's got a little tail on it. This one
I,
doesn't.
I still write in cursive. I can write way faster in cursive than block.
I write in the cursive / print combo,
Yeah. me
which
too.
everything's connected.
Customization.
But they're
Yeah.
all connecting to each other, but half of the letters are just printed.
Yeah.
Yep. Writing. It's fun. And I had to like my son got his driver's permit. So that's cool.
Oh,
So I had to like sign my name a few times, and I'm like, how do I forgot, dude. Like I haven't had to sign my name in anything, and each one is completely different. They're gonna look at it and be like, this isn't his signature.
who's signing this for him?
This guy doesn't even know how to write his own name.
Dude, my son's in the same spot right now too because he's turning 16 in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And he just passed his driver's test. So we're immediately gonna go over and do that too. I'm horrified right now.
Yeah.
Because
It was-
said, imagine writing in hieroglyphics.
Yeah, fuck
Right.
that shit, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Chipping
just
it into
that's
friggin'
just
stone.
drawing pictures. It's just drawing pictures of stories right there.
Yeah. I took him to the DMV, and he didn't pass it one day. I took him the next day, and he got it. So we walked out. I was like, here, hand him the key to my 1996 Chevy S10. Here, buddy, you get to drive home. He's like,
Ooh.
oh.
How'd that
That's
go?
fun.
How much practicing did you do with him beforehand?
Like there was one drive in a parking lot, like down and back, and that was it, dude. So he never really drove on the road, and it was basically across my little town, and I didn't go on the main roads. We took all the back roads and stuff. So it was like a 7-minute drive, and he's like, I'm always on the right side of the car in the front or the back seat, so this is just really weird sitting on the other side. I'm like, yeah, it would be strange, man.
Yeah,
There's a whole different perspective, but he did pretty good.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I've gone out with him like 5 or 6 times, and
Yeah.
but like I'm scared to take him on like a road for real, right? So we
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
just drive around our cul-de-sac, practice parking, and just like because the hardest part for I don't remember, it was so long ago for us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the hardest part for him has just been how much are you supposed to turn the steering wheel
Right.
while speeding up or slowing down around corners?
Yeah.
You know, because it's like he doesn't
You're
go
like,
enough, or
more,
he goes way
more.
too far. Yeah,
You
and then
need
he
to turn
freaks
more.
out, like, "Oh no, it's turning too much!" And then he's like turning it all the way back, and now the car's just going like this the whole time.
Yeah.
But he's gotten the hang of it pretty quickly. It's just funny to see because like I you know in my memory I was perfect from the beginning, which I know was absolutely not the case.
Right.
But yeah,
I think my S10 has like a full 2 more turns lock to lock than like our car does. So when he gets in the car, he's gonna be like cranking it all the way without even thinking about
no, yeah,
it.
true.
So the truck gets slow. It's just he can beat on it, and it's still not gonna go anywhere. So
A new era is coming, my friend. That the era where
Yeah.
your son is going to be elsewhere, and
I'm
you
pr-
know he's going to be driving, and you're
Jesus
just going to
Christ.
be, please, I don't want to get a phone call. I don't want to get a phone call. I don't want to get a phone call the whole time.
Yeah, I don't want that at all.
Uh.
Thanks for making me think about that right now.
I've been thinking about it for the last year, man. I'm sharing
Yeah.
it with you now.
I'm probably gonna work out less because he'll be like, I'm just going to the gym, and he'll go. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'll see you later.
Yeah, it's not a team activity anymore. He can just
Yeah.
hop in his car and disappear.
Yep. Right on.
Yeah, cool. My son's actually going on his first trip away without his family next week
Oh yeah.
at school for choir. So like they're going down. He's gotten really into choir over the last year or two,
Cool.
and I was with him last night trying to practice this song because he's got an audition for like like the top of the class or whatever to get a solo.
Yeah.
And this shit was crazy, bro. It was like the shit that we listen to on here, where like when we're listening to Otto and they go on a run and it's like,
No
and I'm listening to him
beautiful.
listening to him hit these notes, and I'm going, Zach, what the fuck? You just hit like 16 notes in like 5 seconds. I didn't even. And he's reading the music too, by the way. And I'm like,
Wow.
I didn't even know that you could do this, man. Like, he's been afraid to
Right.
sing in front of me for years. And then he finally did it, I guess, because he knows I judge music. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So he's like, I don't want to get judged by my dad. But yeah, dude. So like they're going down to like fucking South Carolina
Wow, man.
next week, and he's doing like a big show over there, and they're gonna
Good for
like put
him.
on a play. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for him, but I'm also like, oh my god, this is the first time he's going away for 5 days without any
Yeah.
family members. It's like a little crazy, but you know, hey,
Yeah.
times are changing, man. The kids are
El-
getting older.
Yeah. Ellie went to DC on a school trip a little while ago, so that was.
Hmm.
But you know, I mean, with students and there's teachers and all that
Right,
stuff. So.
right. Yeah, cool.
So yeah, that was. I feel you, man. It's like, oh man, he can literally just take off at some point if he felt like it and just be lost in Washington D.C.
Yeah. Dude, now that he's got a car, he can take off whenever he wants and be lost in
He's
any
got a
location.
permit. He don't have a car yet.
True. He still needs somebody that's 21, right? I think that's the rule nowadays. You have to have somebody, once you get your permit, you have to have somebody that's 21 years old riding with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he do his 6 hours yet? Because I think you have to do like 6
dude,
hours with an instructor.
50 fucking hours of driving. They got a log.
Holy fuck. What?
Yeah, I'm like 50, dude. That's gonna take forever. Or I can just
Dude,
write
we
down a
had to
bunch
do
of times.
6.
Really?
50, that's nuts.
That is a shitload of time driving, man. I haven't done the math yet. Like, how much do I drive? It would take a long freaking time. I mean, especially here, it's like if we go to the store, it's a 5-minute drive.
Yeah, true.
So you know.
Eric asks, would you want your son to sing pop or make a lot of money or rock? I would want him to do whatever he wants to do, although if he wants to make money, he should do pop. And I've had this exact conversation with him where I've said, like, I know that you listen to a lot of Pearl Jam and Radiohead and you would love to sing that kind of music, but the truth is those bands don't make a lot of money nowadays. Well, those particular ones might, but like the new bands that are doing that don't make that a lot of money nowadays. It's really hard to break into there, and you got a better chance just like, you know, singing pop music on YouTube and hoping that somebody takes notice of you. But I completely support whatever the hell he wants to sing. I'm just happy that he's involved in music in general. You know what I mean? Because I never knew if like I'm the only person like in my immediate family that's ever had anything to do with like music. And then I've got like my aunt has 2 children that are like music connoisseurs. Like they know everything. They can play every instrument and they're fucking amazing and stuff like that. And with Zach, he had no interest in like, you know, learning how to play anything or really, Lenny wasn't into like sports or anything like that. So I was always wondering, like, what's he going to get into? What's that one passion going to become? And when it became singing, I was like, oh, fucking hell yes, man. So like, I'm completely supportive of whatever the hell he wants to do, as long as it's like involves the music. I will back him up until he decides.
If your kid's going to be any kind of star, make it a pop star. Get the freaking money and run.
Get that bag, bro.
Get it in there. And
dude, do it for 6 years, make a couple $1 million, and then put out a rock album if you want.
Right. Hey kid, you mind building me a studio? Because I need to make my own music. You keep doing your pop thing.
Yeah. Whatever's gonna help him support me. That's what I want.
Right. That's what our goal is. I want you to succeed so I don't have to work anymore.
Exactly.
Is that
I'll keep talking about music while you make it.
Right.
No.
Okay. Moving on. Scandal? Scandal shines bright overseas with 11th studio album Luminous.
Man, they just don't quit, man. They're gonna go forever.
100 CD released right now. Says Japan's record-breaking girl band Scandal becomes JPU Records' 100th CD release with bright new album Luminous. Oh, bright new album, I get it. Scandal's one of the bands that I kind of, you know what to expect, but there's always a little more than what you expect, I think. It's a great band, dude.
With Scandal, you have to be into the vibes, I think. You know? It's a very specific, it's got a little more pop in it than a lot of the other stuff that we listen to over here. So if you're into the pop, but also like bands, they're like perfect.
No, it's they've proved they know what they're doing.
Yeah, good band for sure.
What's this Nemophila stuff? Nemophila 5th anniversary live Blu-ray release, huh?
Yeah, this is what we were talking about last week, right? Where we were hoping that they might stream something, stream it or something like that, right? But it looks like it's just gonna be a Blu-ray release.
Jigoku no Yurufuro Live at Japan Budokan.
Yeah, the Budokan.
6/5 release decision. Is that June 5th or May 6th?
It's probably May 6th,
Probably
right?
6th.
I think we're the only dumbass country that does
Yeah,
it
yeah.
backwards. Yeah, we're the only dumbass country that does that backwards and uses Fahrenheit. And what else do we do that's
all
stupid?
that stuff.
Although I was arguing with
imperial
people
measuring.
the other day, dude, I'm gonna stand strong on this and say, for temperature specifically, Fahrenheit makes way more sense than Celsius. Sure, I understand. If you're cooking, you want Celsius, you got that boiling point and blah, 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 blah. But if we're talking about temperature, 0 being really cold and 100 being really hot makes a lot of sense to me. You go over 100, it's too hot. You go under 0, it's too cold. That's Fahrenheit for
But
you. I think we should, the rest of the world should use that.
I guess. Unless you grew up with Celsius, and that doesn't make any fucking sense because you would be dying.
No, it still doesn't make any. What are you saying? You're telling me like, Celsius, it's like, 48 is super hot. Nah, fuck that. Now 100 is hot. Like 48's really hot, and like,
you're
16
being
is
so
really
American right now.
This is like the one American thing that I will always defend.
Because 32 being where water freezes makes complete sense.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When we're talking about like cooking and stuff like that, sure.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense to use Celsius, but weather outside, like the temperature outside, 0 to 100 is just such an easier scale. Let's be real here. All right. I know that we're dumb in a lot of ways, but Fahrenheit has not been a failure in my book.
Okay. Oh, you can read your book.
Damn right I will. I'll write another one too. It'll be called Fahrenheit Rules, Celsius Drools.
Fantastic. Okay. Did we mention Hanabiye last week? They're playing Lollapalooza. Did we? I can't remember.
I think so.
Anyway, they are.
Okay.
But I mean, look at the headliners, man. SZA, Tyler the Creator, Blink-182, all bands I know and love. No, not. I don't want to see those at all.
Oh, I do actually. Wait, say those again.
SZA, Tyler
SZA,
the Creator.
That's SZA.
SZA. Of course it is. Because of course it is. SZA. Fucking dumb.
That's funny, dude. SZA's like a pop girl, I guess, like hip hop.
Doesn't mean sizzle music. Or scissors or what is it?
It's like scissors, like
scissors. Oh,
Tyler the Creator.
Scissors?
Okay, so a lot of this is like hip hop stuff.
Oh, Blink-182 is not. That's just.
Oh, Stray Kids is on there too. Stray Kids is a K-pop group.
Right on. Skrillex.
Wow, this is all over the place. Melanie Martinez is like a goth pop.
Goth pop. You got Deftones. You're one of your favorite bands.
Oh my god! No, I don't even see them there. I can't see the small ones, but
man, there's the Japanese House. I don't know if that's Yasobi. That's cool.
Yasobi, okay, all right.
I mean, yeah, the only ones I recognize are like, I don't. Let's see.
They're really
Deftones. Yasobi.
They're really pulling from all over the world here, though, which is pretty cool. Like there's no genres. Like it's I mean, like there's every genre, like there's no genre like blockades or anything like that. Like we're talking about different generations, we're talking about different genres, we're talking about like everything. Like you cannot compare half of this stuff to the other half that's on here. It's a pretty cool show, especially if you have like if you're like me and you like all kinds of different music rather than just like wanting, you have those buddies that are just like, I only listen to metal or I only listen to rap. This is not that show for them.
Yeah. There's a band called Post Sex Nachos.
Post Sex Nachos.
There's a band called Chicago. No, where did I see? It was just a dumb. Walter the Producer. Okay. I guess these are going to turn into like YouTube channels now. musician plays music.
Right.
Walter the
Do
producer.
you see the guys on there anywhere?
No, we're not. We're not appearing.
No, damn.
Paw Rod. I recognize 3 bands out of this whole freaking giant page of bands here. That's because Pierce the Veil. I recognize that one.
Yeah, I know them too.
Okay.
All right, good stuff.
Luffy with the Chicago Philharmonic. That seems. Who the hell is Luffy?
Luffy. Oh, I do know Luffy. I can't remember right now though. I've definitely heard before.
Somebody asked, Hanabiye and Yasobi is playing too. So there's another Japanese act. Whoa. All right. What else we got here? Broken by the Scream. Hell yeah, dude. New song, Broken by the Scream. What's it called?
It was something in Japanese.
Yep. It's pretty cool. I did check it out before we started, and I think it's like a 5-minute song, and it does go through a lot of styles of music. Broken by a Scream. You guys are familiar with them, right?
Yeah.
They got super heavy stuff. They got super poppy stuff. This thing has some funky elements in it too. It's all over the place. It's wonderful.
Dude, this shit gave me whiplash more than any of their songs have in the past, I think. Like, it starts out and they are like doing some fucking death metal shit, bro. Like
Yeah.
like blast beats with growling, like literal like, like over and you're just like, this is the heaviest thing they've ever done before.
Yeah.
And then they get to the chorus, and of course it turns into that like very, very poppy sounding, like, almost got like an EDM vibe to it, a little bit too. But I will say, man, out of all the songs I've heard from them, I think this went through the most transitions just from part to part. And as cool as it was, again, you said like it's 5 minutes long, like it's a long ass song for them too. The parts were so separated in this one that like there are some parts where I was just like, I don't like this part. And then it would go into the next part and I'd be like, oh, I love this part. And like most of the time with their music, like it is disconnected, kind of like Passcode, what they do a lot of the time, where there's a disconnect from like verse to chorus sometimes and stuff like that. This one, I think, did it more than any song that I've heard from them before. Just wildly different from part to part. And I couldn't decide if I liked it or not by the end of it, because it was too much. It was too much to determine.
Bring it into a DAW and just chop it up. Be like, okay,
yeah, exactly.
This section, put them together, make one cool song.
Yeah, like the first thought that I had was like, I did not like the chorus. Like the chorus felt like they didn't like so they started singing during the chorus part, right? And like they were screaming for most of it. I was waiting for the singing part to come up and have like a nice catchy melody that accompanied the previous part.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, the melody was kind of like a neutral sound. Like there wasn't a lot of melody actually to it, even though they were singing it. And the drums were staying really fast throughout the course of it. But it didn't really feel like it turned into that like sing-along part that you hear. And that's where I was like, I don't know if I like this that much. But then like, I don't know, like halfway through the song, they go into this like almost like reggae-ish vibe and they start singing over that, and that had a really cool melody with it. So I was really like, oh my god, like every 5 seconds I was like, I don't like this, I do like this, I don't like this, I love this. More than anything ever that I've heard from them before. But I think this might have been like the heaviest I've ever heard them be also, just like when it comes to how metal and fucking heavy metal are you, like they did some of the heaviest shit I've ever heard them do in this song.
Right on.
I liked it ultimately. I think I have to go back and like listen to it 42 more times to like decipher. Like,
I kind of skipped through, so it was just a few minutes before we were going on, which I know it's just not a very good way to listen to Broken by the Scream. But I kept waiting for melody stuff, and I was like, no, it's heavy, still heavy. And then by the time I got to around the middle, it like the chorus came in or whatever. So I got to listen to the whole thing.
Those growls, man, those growls are crazy. Like she is deep as fuck, dude. Like it sounded like Cannibal Corpse. I didn't realize like it was gonna be that brutal. But I really love that they're doing. You know, I think they might be like as they're getting older as a band, I think they've always been experimental, but now I think they're leaning more into the heavy part, like and retaining that throughout the course of it. Even when there is a melody, they seem to like to have something heavy coming right before, right after it. So,
Right.
yeah.
Cookie Monster and Alexander Mariani have some information. Cookie Monster says they have a new harsh vocalist as well. And Alexander says Takayashiki Yayoi is the new girl, the new harsh vocalist. So
Okay, so
that
they have
sounds different.
two.
That's okay. Okay.
They have two because like one does the really high pitch, like rah, 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 and then the other one does the right.
That's a horrible approximation of what they do.
That is
That's
exactly
really
what it sounded like. I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, like one of them has a high pitch sound and the one of them has a low pitch sound. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I think the new one is doing the growls, the deep growls.
Okay.
I mean, I just assume that just because I've never listened to them and been like, wow, those growls. These are the most brutal
Yeah,
they've ever
sounds
seen.
different to you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right on.
But I thought it was cool, man. Like I thought it was cool that they were just like that they're leaning into that fucking weird heaviness
Sure.
that not a lot of bands can really pull off. Originally when I first started listening to them, right? When I first heard them, I remember the first song I heard, I thought it was really cool. And then Passcode kind of like took over like that area for me. I was like, okay, I like both of these bands, but I feel like Passcode is the better version of
Okay.
this type of music than Broken by the Scream. But recently, the last like year, Broken by the Scream songs have really come. I mean, Passcode's still really good too. Don't get me wrong, but I think they've kind of like separated themselves a little bit. Even though there is that much of like they both do the switches and the genre bends so much, I do think that they've as time has gone on separated from each other and have like a bit of a different sound now. And I think Broken by the Scream is leaning more towards a heavy metal death metal sound, while like Passcode has like we talked about it with Groundswell, they've kind of like connected those sounds a little bit more and it feels a little less whiplashy, a little less jarring when they switch from part to part. We're actually talking about that with Gatrick Spin recently too. But I think Broken by the Screen is going in the total opposite direction.
Right. Oh, and by the way, you're wrong. The new girl's doing the higher pitch screams, not the low screams.
Oh shit, that's crazy, dude.
So maybe the veteran has learned some new.
Dude, yeah, she's
got some new depth.
Yeah, dude, because I've never thought like, wow, these screams are so brutal when I was listening to them before until this one, where I was just like, maybe the new one is like pushing the other one to like,
Maybe, man.
to motivation, inspiration.
Maybe. All right. What do we got going on here? Nemophila. We already talked about that, right?
Yeah, we
did
did.
talk about that already. Nabier? Broken by a Scream. Eye to the End. Oh, I guess I had everything in order. Ha! New digital single from Eye to the End. Another one of those singers that every time I hear it, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. But then I don't go listen to it more. But I want to.
Well, it's not really our style of music that we would generally like turn on, But I agree. Like she's got a great, unique vocal. I'm not gonna lie, like if I was told, and I'm sure I totally forgot, but like she's from Bish. Like she's the singer from Bish.
Yes, originally a member of the group Bish, Ina at the End has pursued her solo career exclusively since the group disbanded in June 23. Held her first solo performance since leaving Bish at Lang Cube Shibuya, with tickets selling out the day it went on sale. And March 24th, she embarked on a solo tour titled Grow the Sunset. Well, that's pretty good, man. Leave a band, just go solo and tour.
Yeah, she's doing really well, man. I'm actually a little surprised, I don't know. Like when you hear about some of these bands, you expect them to join other bands, when they split up because that's what they do in Japan. But she like went solo and she's actually finding a lot of success. And I'm really happy about it because she does have a very unique vocal style. Like she's got a lot of air in her breath. Sometimes she's got that like she sounds like she's crying, like when she sings certain notes. This song was like slow. It was a slower song, sort of like I don't know what you would really call it. Like it's poppy, I guess a pop song.
Some power in it too.
I think the power comes from her.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
yeah.
mean. Like her vocals. It says Frail. Frail's the name of the songs. Frail is written to serve as a theme song for the movie Hen Nale. Aina the End penned the lyrics herself, while the music was co-written with Shin Sakiura.
Yeah, I wanted to give her credit on that too because as it says there, so she wrote all the lyrics by herself, which you know, I always respect people that write their own music just a little bit more than the ones that don't. And then it says that she co-wrote the music, or it says that the other person co-wrote the music, which means that she was
Right.
also a co-writer in the music.
Yeah.
So she's got writing credits on the music and the lyrics, and she's performing it. I mean, coming from a group like Bish, which was like, you know, in the industry, like in that like sort of like J rock, or what would you call it? Like J pop, like alt idol industry where you have to like go through the system, you
Yeah.
know, like where you don't really get that same sort of creativity that like you have if you're a solo artist. So it's really cool to see somebody come from that system, break out of it, and then be able to show what their full capabilities are, writing and performing by themselves. I give her a lot of credit, man. I think she's doing a great job.
It's awesome to see.
Yeah, and doing stuff for fucking animes too, right? So it's
Yeah, I
like
mean
now she's
that's
gonna explode.
yeah, that's a good I don't know what you want to call it. She's going the right direction, man. I'm happy.
Stepping stone. It's the perfect
There
stepping
you
stone
go.
for any Japanese solo artist. If you can get on an anime, dude, your career might be made right there.
Yeah, when you leave something that's, pretty well known, then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go do this thing on my own.
Yeah, it is
It's
kind
gotta
of a
feel
bummer
good.
that Bish had to like break up in order for this to happen because I did think Bish was like the top of the line when it came to the alt idol groups.
Hmm.
Um, but I would like to see the other members of the group now, you know, start to spawn off and do other stuff too, because we're seeing this one be so successful. And I'll be honest, like when I was watching Bish, I wasn't just like focusing on her, thinking like she's amazing, she's the star of the show. I was thinking
Yeah.
she's a really nice cog in this wheel type of thing. But now that she's alone, she's proven that she's way more than just a cog in the wheel. So it makes me wonder, like, how many other like super creative, super talented, and like songwriters are in these like alt idol systems that just haven't gotten the chance to show it yet.
Yeah, probably many, many of them,
Yeah, definitely.
with what we've seen just in general with bands,
Yeah, yeah,
you know.
exactly. But it was a
Another
good
bit,
song. It was a good song. If you haven't heard it, you should check it out, especially if you're just like, if you're a fan of vocals, she's got great vocals. It's slower, so you get to hear everything. And it's not like overproduced either. So you do get like the sense of like, you know, the cracks in her voice. And like, I love hearing that, you know, like when you hear like a slower song and you could hear the vocals, like,
yeah.
those the little things that you don't get to hear when things are overproduced. You could hear that in her voice in this song, which tells you that it's not. So yeah, definitely worth a listen.
Hell yeah, I think so too. Last bit of news, we got Survive. Survive said the Prophet. You familiar with these guys? I don't think I've heard them.
I don't think so.
Headlining a show in Seattle at Nuevos, set for April 2nd. So that's cool, man. Um, I don't know what kind of music they are. Anybody in the
I
chat know?
I don't either. Are they Japanese?
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Yeah, I don't know. Survive said the prophet, huh? All dudes,
yeah,
all dude band. Looks
looks like
like.
it.
I'm just gonna, you know, while you read the
I
song,
know. That's I'm like, well, I probably should have listened to this
I'm
beforehand.
gonna listen to a quick little clip while you're doing that.
Let's see. It's gonna be. What's it gonna be? I don't know what it's gonna be. Ding, 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 ding. That could be. Yeah. Well,
Apparently,
I will.
Paradox is their big song. 4.5 million views. Yeah. All dudes, how unique, says John Pan. Simno muted. Too many dudes.
We just won't even bother. Come
Oh,
on,
we're
guys.
all muted. Can you not hear us at all, guys? Is that what you're saying? People
Oh,
are saying all muted. I hope not. But if that's true, you know, at least we made it into an hour before that happened.
yeah. Uh, back now.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We can go into top 10.
Mm,
Muted when the scene changed. Right on. We're
okay.
all good now.
All right. Well, then we'll just hop right into the top 10 and
Okay.
pull out real
Top-
quick after that.
Top 10. Unlucky Morpheus, down 1, and now it sits at number 10 with a UFO, which stands for You Feel Overjoyed.
Does it? I'm looking at a totally different thing right now.
Huh?
I'm seeing how about Chief Pucho at number 10?
Well, I don't know. That's not what I'm seeing.
Okay, well, whatever Andrew's showing right now has Chief Pucho at number 10.
Huh. The second link has it. Well.
Oh, you're on the covers list, Ryan. It sounds like.
Oh, covers list. My bad. I'm on the wrong one. Read,
Okay.
dummy. I'm going to the right one now. Don't
All
switch it,
right.
Andrew.
Well, I'll read this one. At number 10 is Uchakubi Gokumon Club with How About Chief Pucho, which
Very
dropped
nice.
down 3 spots from last week.
Yep. Okay. I got it. I got it up here now. I got the right one.
Okay.
Down 3 to number 10. They're up there for a while. We got Baby Metal Death Alive from the Blu-rays, down 1 to number 9.
Okay. I'm always intrigued when we see things drop, honestly, because I want to see what pulled up.
I know. What's going on? Who's up here? Well, Hitsuji Bungaku is up 7 to number 8. So I guess they kicked down Baby Metal, dude.
Oh, I just watched this.
This
like
is a
before,
cool song, isn't it?
Yeah, before we started, it just popped up in my recommended feed. Never heard of them before. I was just like, let's see what's going on here. And they were good, man. Like I had no idea what it was gonna be. But it was cool when I listened to it. I have to hear more from it though. Like I only listened to like maybe the first minute.
Yeah, I watched it like last week. Somebody requested it for one of my live streams, and then it was on my Patreon stream as well. I was like, I've heard this before, but I'll give it a listen. And then I was like, no, I'm happy to listen to it again. It's a really cool song.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to hear the rest of it. And they look cool too. I like their style.
Do recommend.
Yeah, I like the video, just like the white room and like the lighting around. It just looks cool.
Yep. Right on. So check them out. Baby Metal Matari, down 1 to number 7. Live at Next Fest. All right.
And people really like that song. I'm not gonna lie, like that's definitely not in my like top half on the album.
I like it, man. I like it a lot.
I'm not saying it's bad, like it's just that like I think that they have other really good songs. I fucking love like this song got way more play, for example, than Mirror Mirror. I thought Mirror Mirror was fantastic. I thought
that's the Morello effect, man. And he's the best part of that song. Without him, it would be a horrible song. I'm kidding. You can take him off. It wouldn't matter. It'd still be an awesome song.
Facts.
Right on. Okay. Mori Calliope is a new addition. This is in at number 6. Song's called Overkill. Entering the top 10 at number 6. Mori Calliope is a female English-speaking virtual YouTuber associated with HoloLive. Okay. Debuting in 2020 as part of HoloLive English First Generation Myth. I don't understand any of this.
Okay, HoloLive is like a YouTube conglomerate. It's like a collection of channels that all kind of fit under this one umbrella, and they do VTubers, virtual YouTuber. So they like have like they're like cartoons, they like stream and stuff like that. Like I've seen there's a bunch of them under the HoloLive umbrella. It's the biggest one out there right now. I had no idea that they had like artists, like musical artists as part of it.
This. Okay. The Grim Reaper's first apprentice. Due to a modern medical care causing a decline in the reaping business, Calliope decided to become a VTuber to harvest souls instead.
Yeah, sounds about right. There you go.
Awesome.
This is exactly like they all have characters like and lore behind them. But yeah, I really didn't know that they had singers and stuff. So I'm a little curious, although like I'm also kind of like, how much like love do we want to give to like the VTuber community taking over type of thing? You know what I mean? Because it's like, it's just like there's so much hidden in the VTuber thing where it's
you don't
like
know what you're watching, man.
Yeah, you really don't, and like you don't know how much of it is real. Like, so I don't know, but like, yeah, it's
if
the
you're
world
into
that
that,
we
I
live
guess
in.
you're not really worried about that, right?
Exactly, and it is really popular right now.
Due to modern medical care causing a decline in the reaping business.
I do like her lore. I like her lore.
It's like
It's
medical care is too good, so she's gonna go reap souls from YouTube.
yeah, exactly, right? Like, damn it, people are getting treated too much. I
Watch
can't
you
take their
soulless
lives.
bastards. All right. Next up is Hanabie with Otaku Lovely Densetsu's down 2 to number 5.
I
Starting
fucking
to
love
slip,
that song, dude.
but still top 5, man.
I've been listening to that song like crazy lately. I don't know why. Like recently, I started listening to it more, but
Oh,
that
yeah?
song is so good.
So fun.
Yeah, dude, that one and "Be the Gal" have become, I think, my two favorite Hanabi songs. They're both just so fun, man. Like
Yeah.
they have like, even though they're singing in Japanese, um, the choruses are like catchy enough that like I can just like mumble sounds along with it while I'm singing, which I really love.
Nice. I don't want to hear that.
No, well, you're gonna.
You mumbling along with it.
Yeah, one day.
Keep that to yourself.
I'll force it upon you.
Gaijin guys, Kenji's in the house. We got Kenji from Dragdown. Ah,
Hey, Kenji, what's up, buddy?
Konbanwa Kenji-san.
Cool.
Cool, man.
What do we got at number 4?
Number 4, we have Cold Rain with Vengeance, up 1 to number 4.
Okay.
So that's cool, man. That's a pretty cool song, dude.
Yeah, you've listened to this one?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Do you like it
Pretty
more
good.
than most of their other music?
His clean vocals are like kind of on the cusp for me whether I like it or not, but his harsh vocals are like, yeah, this is pretty fucking cool. Like it's enough to keep it on the like side of things. He's a
Okay,
great
yeah.
singer. Like his clean vocals are actually they're incredible. It's just the style's a little off from what I usually like to hear, but
Mhm.
overall, great music.
You know, there was a band like that I used to love called Dark Tranquility. You ever hear of them before?
No.
All right, they're a Swedish band, and like they had really, really good screams, right? And then like one day they started singing, and the dude sounded like a Muppet trying to
Oh
sing.
wow.
And I remember just being like, damn it. Like, I
Oh,
did want to
man.
heir you do some catchy stuff, but this ain't working for me. But I haven't heard enough Coltrane yet. I still need to hear more from them.
Yeah.
Only heard their old music so far.
All right, number 3, we got Lisa with Hello World moving up 1 to number 3.
Okay. Haven't heard that one yet either.
I have. You know, it's Lisa.
Yeah.
It's just
She's
gonna be
great.
amazing. Right.
She's awesome.
Number 2 is Spy Air with Orange, down 1 to number 2. So we got a new number 1.
Interesting.
All right. What is it? What's it going to be?
Yeah, what is it?
Yoroshika, up 1 to number 1 with Haru
Okay.
Spring. Yoroshika is a Japanese rock duo founded in 2017, represented by Universal Music Japan. Group is composed of Enbuna, a Vocaloid music producer, and Suis, a female vocalist. All right.
Man, dude, like the Vocaloids and the VTubers, and like I do wonder if we're just still doing this a year from now. Like, will we have any human
Well, it's a
people
Vocaloid
singing?
producer with a female vocalist, so maybe the producer is writing the stuff and she's actually performing the vocals.
Yeah, sure. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I still like, no matter how many times you guys explain it to me, I don't understand Vocaloid or what's happening there. So just
I
gonna
know
take your word for
I've
it.
listened to Yoroshika and I like it. I
Okay,
didn't know what it was other than just listening to it. So
cool. Almost like a solo idol, but with a single guy writing her music.
right on. Okay, so it's a producer
Alright.
and an artist.
Okay,
Not unheard of.
okay. I can get behind that. Sure. Cool. I think that's the end of our top 10 for today.
Tis.
It is. All right. Well, a bit of a shorter show. We are missing, several members at this point. We've actually shed
How long's
members
Alan been gone? He was so quiet. I didn't know he left.
Yeah. I think he's been gone for like 20 minutes now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's
Fucking man. It should be me and you from now on every weekend, champ.
to me.
It's me and you. It's
Oh.
our show now. These other two guys. Psh.
No, okay.
In and
Yeah.
out.
Fuck them. Yeah. We don't need them. The Ryan Champ Show.
Hell yeah.
Ryan
Guys, if you
Champ.
like the heavy stuff, check out Drag Down. The guitarist and songwriter is in the chat. It's Kenji. Very metalcore, super harsh, super heavy with great cleans too. So I just got to give him a shout out because he does come out and check out the chats and
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. And
Yeah.
it's a great band.
Before you listen to them, just do some neck stretches, because you don't
Yes,
want
you
to be
will
sore the
break your
next day.
you will break your neck if you're not prepared.
Yeah, you need
So
to be able to I remember when I was young, I could just headbang all day long and be
yeah,
fine the next day. And now if I listen to something really heavy and I headbang too much for like 3 minutes, I'm in pain for 3 days. So yeah, do some
right.
neck stretches, then listen to some drag down.
Yeah, thanks Andrew for putting that up there. They got I think new full their latest album is out now on Spotify. So
Very
give them
cool.
a listen, man.
Yes. And thank you to everybody for hitting that like button. Thank you especially to the people that sent us over the super chats, Eric and
Yep.
Bill. You guys are the lifeblood of this podcast. So
Yeah, man. Thank you
rock
guys
on,
so
baby.
much for hanging out, making these things so fun to do. Thanks for we got a lot of people, not super chats, but also people just giving us information that,
Mm.
you know, we don't know everything. We know far from everything, but you guys seem to, you know everything.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, if you guys don't see the podcast pop up and you want to listen to it in audio form, if you've missed some of it or whatever, and you don't see it popping up in Apple or Spotify yet, just go to Patreon. It will be uploaded for free for the public. You don't have to sign up or anything. You just click the play button.
You know what? While you're there, check out some of the other content.
Yeah, you could, because we also have a bunch of reactions up there that we've done as groups over the course of the last 2 years too. So
Yep.
if you want to just hit our archives up, that would be awesome too.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
everybody.
Adios, guys and girls. Peace.